Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I'm going to show you a great game that I played with Wrong Way last night, and I was using the Slayer. Now it was because we met up last night. He came on a little bit later than normal, and he was there to do his daily 3 to work on the earn operation that's going on. So I said, I'll be glad to help you out. It'll take us 15-20 minutes. Bing, bang, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so he did that, no problem. And he wanted to show me the skin that he got from the Red Tiger team from the Sword Beach last week. I said, okay, that's cool. And then he got it, and it was like, you know, man, I need to play this tank. I was like, okay, I'll go. And so, you know, Tier 7, Red Tiger team. And I said, what would I want to play? Something different that I haven't played recently. And I was going through my Tier 7s. I go, I'll choose the Slayer. Okay. That'll be, hopefully, cross your fingers, a fun match. Well, cross your fingers worked because it was a really fun match. And the thing that was great about it is that for somebody who's considering, well, I don't know, do I want to get the Slayer or not? This is a great game to show you the value of the Tier 7 Slayer. And it's just a random match. I only played one game of the Slayer yesterday, and you're going to see it. Because we were just doing that to run his Tier 7 Tiger tank. And it was a really, pretty cool match. But the thing that made it cool was to see I didn't run like 12 matches of Slayer and I picked the best one. It's just like, oh, here, Tier 7, boom, Slayer, let's go. In fact, let me show you. Here we go. There's the Slayer. Sexton, 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 Sexton again, another Sexton. These were to knock off the daily 3 for the season to work on the 2 chest earner. And so after we did all that, it was like, okay, let's do, Tier 7, and it turns out to be the Slayer, etc., etc. So let me get this game and I'll show you. Welcome to Kaunis. So we had a kind of an oddball spawn. Isn't it, was it? No, that's a G-sword. That guy figures prominently in the game later. There is Wrong Way in the Red Tiger skin for his Tiger 1. And it looks pretty awesome. Okay, the dust on the fenders, whatever you want to call them, is really cool. So me, getting closer. This was a Tier 8 match. This is me in the Slayer. So I'm going to go up here to the northern windmill at Alpha 7. I think I should have gone further to the left. Yeah, it's a little bit better angle. I barely made it up the hill because I misjudged. Luckily, I was able to just barely make it. Kind of slow there. So, okay, it took me a little over a minute to get there in position. So, you're going to check this out. This is pretty cool. There we go. Now there's, boom, he's gone. So I drilled that blight tank. I hit him for like 713 damage, and just that quick, somebody else one-shot killed him. And that's what the Slayer does. When it hits for a ballpark of 700 damage, plus or minus, depending. And that was the regular round. That was not the heat round. All I have are regular. You can see on there, I have, no, premium, sorry. That's a premium round, not the regular round. I don't use the regulars, I use the premium. Now here, there's a couple of heavy tanks. Well, that wasn't me. So I drill the heavy tanks. There's a, I don't have the reload to get him. But there's a Tiger Hammer over there and also a T-34 Black. I drilled each of those guys one time. And earlier, before I was making this video, I was talking to Brownie, telling him about it. He hasn't seen the match yet. Obviously, I'm making the video. But he saw the clip that I had posted that I wanted to show the wrong way, and since I made the clip, I sent it, to him so he can check it out. It was really a good clip. You'll see it in the game here a little bit later, closer towards the end. But I drilled the T-34 Black and the Hammer hardcore in the neighborhood of 700 damage each. I only hit them one each, but after I hit them, they completely just, went in the hidey hole and they were not effective the rest of the match. Because I put the touch of doom on them, and so that they're literally one-shot kills from anybody, not just me, because they were down big time on health. And we also have, you saw that orange G-Sword. And that guy's got a vicious, 4-shot autoloader. If he gets a shot at you, he's going to pump 1 to 4 rounds in you until you're dead. I have that tank, and it's a really good Tier 8 sniper. Picked that one up several seasons ago as part of one of the seasons. State 75 tank. And I used it in the Elite 8's operation or event. So that was really cool. But here I'm playing primarily, I'm a shot of opportunity guy, and I'm just, keeping my eyes open, for whatever happens. And I'm here, like you see right there where the yellow square is, and I'm looking down in this vicinity here. That's my job. I look over here. I don't get shots because they keep. Look, that guy is almost dead because of what I did. And with the thumbprint of the effect that I had on this game in the Slayer, shows you how useful it is. Even though I didn't have a super great match, I had a really good game. And there's this guy in the corner. I never get a chance to shoot him while he's over there. I shoot him later, and you'll see that. You won't miss it. But the Slayer is one of those tanks that can dominate a game. It can influence it. It can dominate, in certain positions. It can, or you can have a severe influence like I did in this game, because I get instantaneous respect in the Slayer. I drilled that first guy, boom, and he was, the other guy finished him off for the easiest kill that guy got yesterday for sure. But that guy, he had a sliver left after I drilled him. So, boom, boom, that guy was dead. I drilled the T-34, for half his life or whatever. Same thing with the Hammer. They completely went into the shell. They didn't do jack, and those are two really strong tanks. Yeah, there's stuff going on there that I can't really do anything about. One of the weaknesses of this tank is it's very slow, has a mediocre vision. It's like about 435, something like that. just don't have extended vision range to really, mess with the dude. Now, the wrong way and I were having a discussion, and that, I needed to go down there and see what's going on. But then this guy shows up over here. I'm like, I gotta come back and try to shoot him. So I was gonna go hook around here. But then that guy showed up, so I'm an opportunity shot maker. Let's see what happens. He's like, get on that hump on the left. I'm like, okay, this one. He goes, oh, that wasn't the one he was talking about, but he said that's good enough. Just don't have a shot because that, now he's dead. I mean, so, I didn't get anything from that, but I'm a team player. You got to do what you can to help your team. And I was there to help if I got a shot, but I couldn't get a shot, so it's no big deal. Again, I was looking over there at the hidey hole for the big boys, but they're too smart. They're not coming out. And so we decided I'm going to have to go and hook around here. Come up and get on the big hill. That was the plan because we're winning barely. But you see that T-34 Black and the Hammer. They've been living the whole game, but they are not doing jack diddly. Let's just say they're not having the games that they anticipated they might have, because those are awesome tanks and they're dominant tanks. But they ain't dominating this one because it's me and the G-SOR. We're the ones that are dominating. So this was we made the decision to go back to the hook around, and the G-SOR, there he is right there, is going with me. So that's where I'm headed, right there. Yeah, you don't see it really here, but my speed is not good. It's very mediocre. And that jerk, that stupid setter, that freak. Like, well, I just got to keep rotating and check this out. Let me switch the gun camera, because I switched the gun camera right about here. Oh yeah, baby! I made a clip of that. That's what I sent to Brownie and to Wrong Way. Spoiler alert, that's the only kill I make, but it was a good one. It's not always about how many kills you make. It's nice if you get more, obviously. It's most important to kill the right guys, and that was their mobility spotter. He's gone, so they're out of business. We're going to annihilate these guys. There's nothing they can do. I mean, as long as that guy's around, they have a chance because of his high mobility. I mean, I certainly can't do much to him if I don't get, he came to me and I lucked out and was able to make a killer shot. The clip actually showed it better than what you saw. So I'll put the clip on here too. I was about to get a shot on this guy. It's okay, you take what you can get, and I had a really good game. So, there you go. AMC got the MVP, T28 second, and then the G-SOR guy, the orange G-SOR, he was third overall with 3 kills. He had a really great game himself. This is the clip that I made, as I did it, and I just, 15 seconds, before. Oh, yeah, dude, that was nasty. Here we are at the end of game screen. Like I said, I had a really good game. 40 plus thousand silver, 6,700 commander, 1 kill, 2,500 damage. But the thing about this was that I didn't have a great game, one of the best I've had, etc., etc. But like I said, I played one game of Slayer, picked it up, pulled it out, bing, bang, boom. There you go, 2,500 damage. And I was one of the dominant guys, myself and the G-Sor. Now he scored, more than me. More power to him. I'm not worried about that. That was a game played to help my team win. And help Wrong Way do his. He's trying to unlock the Tiger 2, which is the Black Baron, because he has the Black Baron skin. So he's like right there. And I said, oh, I'll be glad to help you out. And luckily for me, we got a great game for us. He got he used a ×5 tank XP booster and got 6,700 if I remember correctly. So he did quite well as part of the team's victory. All right, so let's go look at the commander and the equipment. So here's the equipment. Now, I changed the equipment. We were having a discussion, and Wrong Way was telling me about his Slayer. And what he had on there, I needed the vision added. So I had the fan to reduce my reload time. So I aced out the fan, replaced it with, I did not replace it with vision. I replaced it with traction. Because my tank, you saw how slow it rotated, and that was a real red flag because I don't have the best possible, I didn't have the best possible rotation. I have that now. The rotation there, 23.98, that's the tops it can get. Well, it could get a little bit better if I put a fan on there, but I'd have to lose either one of the other three, the vision, the reload, or the concealment with net. I'm like, we're good with this. We'll take the 23.98. You can't have everything. You're going to have to make the decision of what is the best, and so I needed the increased rotation. Okay, all premiums. Premium ammo here, I think has like a 250 penetration. Just absolutely killer. Now on the commander, here we go. This is an 8-skilled commander. Born leader, rapid loading. So this is what this is how I refer to this. Reload, because both of these affect reload. Armor angling, that's defense. Accuracy, born leader affects accuracy, so I have accuracy and accuracy. Camouflage and camouflage. Binoculars and binoculars. This is the power of born leader. Clutch braking is rotation. This also covers rotation. A little bit, not a lot, but it adds up because I have the clutch braking, the traction, and the born leader, and the enhanced rations, and all of those work on the rotation. And this is the muffled shot, and Wrong Way was like, I have muffled shot on mine. I'm like, that's a pretty good idea. So with the binoculars and the vision, the enhanced optics, the maximum vision range is what I have that you can have. It's like 440, right? 435. So 435. That's as good as it gets. It could get better if I have the fan. But again, it's going to cost me something that I can't afford to get rid of. Everything, I have the best combination for me. Now, your own combination might be slightly different. But the thing was, this game stood out as being a great example of the flexibility and the ability for the tank to influence a game in a dramatic fashion, which you saw. Great game. Now, those other guys did better than me. Hey, more power to you. I'm not really worried. I'm not in competition on my team. Whatever happens, happens. Let's go back and check this out real quick. So I finished number 4. I thought that's what it was, but I wanted to make sure of it. I can't complain. You finished number 4, you can't complain. Okay. Now I'm a tier 7. A G-Sor is a tier 8. This guy, I can't see the tier 28. It's a tier 8. These are all tier 8s that are above me. I'm tier 7 tank, and I'm number 4, right behind the G-Sor. I call that a win. So that's what I wanted to show you, was how good it can be. And like I said, I didn't play a bunch of games and cherry pick the best game. I played one Slayer game. It was late at night. He wanted to play the red Tiger tank. I'm like, okay, let's go do it. And man, what a jackpot idea that he had. So that's what I wanted to show you. A fun tank to play. I've had some other better games in the Slayer. I mean, it's 152 millimeters of butt kicking fun. It doesn't have a large, bonus. Like 36%, I can't read it. The numbers are absolutely tiny. It does have a silver bonus, so as long as you don't go overboard, if you do damage, you can have triple gold consumables. I just don't, because you're not going to have a great game like I had every game. And I did fine. There's no problem. So, do I recommend the Slayer? If you're a sniper guy, yes. I don't play it all the time. It's just one of those things. It's a situation. Hey, I got someone who wanted to play Platoon Tier 7, jackpot. That's what I do with these tanks. I don't go and play Tier 8 or Tier 9 or Tier 10, constantly all the time, because that's boring to me. Do whatever floats your boat. And what floats my boat is just, I have stuff that if my friends are like, hey, we're working on fill in the blank, I'm like, I got that. I can do something. One of the examples, I played with Hayden and his father, and his father was working on Tier 9, and so I was invited to join him. I'm like, I don't really play Tier 9, hardly ever, but I had the Tier 9 Russian artillery because I was working to get the 10. I'm like, I'll be glad to go with you. I just don't want to go by myself because it's super boring. And those matches are slow, like you saw this match. This one had some good action, but it's a lot of waiting. And if you go and play this waiting game tanks over and over again, it's so annoying. So Platoon, I'm good. By myself, like, whatever, dude. Not really that interested. So that's what it's for. Tremendous tank, fun tank to play. If someone's working Tier 7 stuff and I'm invited, I'm like, hey, you know what I'm going to do. I was going through there, what? I can play artillery. I haven't played artillery for a while in Tier 7. And then I saw Slayer, I go, sold. Fun stuff. So that was great. I hope you guys enjoyed the clip that I included, because I thought the clip was a perfect, absolutely perfect encapsulation of the moment of killing that setter. I was very happy, thought it was fantastic, and I enjoyed that game, being with Wrong Way in a platoon, doing what we did, working together. But like I said, I just don't like to do this by myself. It's boring. But I have dudes like Brownie, Wrong Way, etc. to play with to do this, and so it's way better when you do that. So I hope this helped you out. Hope you got something out of this, because if you're looking for an advanced sniper Tier 7 and you saw the Slayer, or maybe you've been considering it at some point, get it when it comes on sale. Wrong Way and I were talking about that. He said he recommends it to people. Just, keep your eyes open. If it shows up at 50% off, be prepared to jump on it, because this game shows you it's completely worth getting, to me, to Wrong Way and others. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please tell your friends, especially if they're considering getting a Slayer, so they can see this and go, oh yes, I agree. So that's all. Check out my other stuff, obviously, other videos that we're working on. I got plenty coming. So that's it. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later. And as always, like and subscribe.